calling the kettle black is all I'm saying.
Ooh. The pot calling the kettle black. Huh.
Whoa. That was some tea. That was shade. That was major shade.
Pot calling the kettle black. So, I mean, you're not insinuating that
he's gay?
50 Cent is...
Oh my Lord, please. What? Girl, we gotta talk after this episode is over.
Wait, Vivica Fox, what are you insinuating?
Well, I mean,
he gave you...
No, he's not. I mean, we had a great time. I mean, but he's just seems like he's got something that's not quite clear.
Hold up. The messiest celebrity ex-couple is at it again. 50 Cent just dragged Vivica Fox for her new BBL at 60. And honey, she is not having it. What started as him seemingly shooting his shot turned into a full-on war when Vivica clapped back with claims about 50 being on the DL. Grab your popcorn, y'all. These two haven't spoken in years, but somehow still can't stop obsessing over each other. I'm not gonna lie, Vivica's decision to get her body done caught people by surprise. I know it's her body and she has every right to do whatever she wants as a grown woman, but she has always been fine. Her body has always been tea. That's what made it so unexpected. To be fair, there have been people talking about her body these past years, which makes no sense. Comments about how she looks different from her heyday, especially Kill Bill, which was released over 20 years ago. These comments just don't make sense because a woman's body is always changing. She did Kill Bill in her mid-30s and now she's almost 61. Of course her body looks different, but her body is still some kind of tea, and she looked good for her age. So imagine how shocked we were when she launched her newly done body a couple weeks ago at a meet and greet in Houston to promote her hair brand. Vivica looked very different in the video than in her social media pictures. But then, every celebrity edits their pictures, from filters to Photoshop. Social media is not real. 50 Cent knew what he was doing when he posted that picture. He wanted people to talk about her, and not in a good way. Well, Vivica is not the one to play with. According to an insider, she isn't surprised that 50 is resorting to petty attacks because he has always been like that. She finds his comments vindictive for no reason and has been threatening to cause him a whole lot of trouble if he doesn't back off. Girl, knowing Vivica, I wouldn't be surprised if she makes good on her threat. These two are as chaotic as they come. They've been broken up for more than 20 years, but they still find time to throw shade at each other. If there's one person who knows how to keep that energy with 50, it's Vivica. These two have gone through a roller coaster of loving each other, then hating, then loving again. From the first time they met at the BET Awards in 2003, when 50 was swept up by her stunning beauty.
You know, I want to thank Vivica Fox for wearing that dress too.
Fast forward to the 2003 MTV Video Music Awards, and they walked the red carpet hand in hand, letting the world know exactly what was up. No more whispers. These two were officially a thing. Now let's get into their superstar era. 50 Cent was on fire, dropping Get Rich or Die Trying and racking up 12 million sales worldwide. Meanwhile, Vivica was that girl in Hollywood, stacking hits like Independence Day, Set It Off, Soul Food, Two Can Play That Game, and Kill Bill. Talk about a duo that had it all. They were basking in the limelight, and Vivica was falling for 50 more each day. He treated her like a queen, and they were relationship goals for a very short time. 50 seemed just as in love as Vivica was, and he was even planning to propose to her, allegedly.
Birthday, he filled my entire house with my favorite flowers, which were Casablancas and gardenias. He's very romantic, and he's like a big teddy bear. And see, I know that side of him, and he's very sweet and very kind and gives the best hugs.
Now let's talk about, he's 10 years younger than you are.
11.
11 years younger than you are. And you've said that energizes you.
Yeah, definitely makes me happy. Keeps a pep in my step for sure.
Was he in love with you?
Very much. I mean, I think that the reason why it's haunted me for such a long time is I found out later that he wanted to propose to me. So that's why.
Right, okay. So I'll set the stage. They're in Monte Carlo. 50's got the ring in his pocket.
No.
That's
He was going to have a theater because I was excluded in the international tour of.
But what was supposed to be a 12-carat engagement ring turned into a pair of earrings, all because Vivica made 50 angry, and he changed his mind about the proposal.
Is it true that you turned the 12-carat ring into a pair of earrings?
Yeah.
Let's get into how their love story took a nosedive because, y'all, it crumbled fast. It was like a house of cards. The slightest breeze sent the whole thing crashing down. Privacy, that was non-existent. These two were under a microscope 24/7, with their every move making headlines. Constantly seeing your business in tabloids is not a recipe for happiness. Let's talk about that age gap. Vivica was in her late 30s, while 50 was barely 27, and his maturity level was pretty much non-existent. Then came the real problem. 50 could not keep their relationship off the streets. If there was a mic or camera nearby, he was spilling all the tea. And Vivica, she wasn't here for that. Who wants their private moments turned into a reality show? At 27, you'd think he'd have better discretion, but clearly that wasn't in his vocabulary. Between the lack of privacy, going public too soon, and 50's loudmouth tendencies, this thing was doomed. It went up in flames real fast, like a firecracker on the 4th of July.
Man, my love life is great.
Is it like the first time, though, when Vivica gives you the go-ahead and says you're going to get naked in your bed? Is it awesome?
Yeah, man, it's exciting.
Are you able to hold out a long time?
No.
Is she loud in bed? Like, does she make a lot of noise? Does she make a lot of noise?
Nah, she don't make a lot of noise.
She doesn't?
50 Cent started feeling like his tough guy image was taking a hit, and instead of dealing with it like a grown man, he decided to call it quits. But did he have an honest conversation? No. Homegirl found out she was single through a radio show. Imagine waking up, turning on the radio, and realizing you've been dumped on air. The worst way to be broken up with. 50 Cent didn't just break up with Vivica, he straight up ghosted her. No call, no text, not even a "we need to talk."
It's all good, you know?
Okay, and I guess he went on his European tour.
Yes.
And at that point, I guess the relationship started to kind of devolve.
The relationship broke up after the World Music Awards. I came back and he was on the radio saying he dumped me.
You find out on the radio?
Yeah, my friend called me. I was in Baltimore filming The Salon, and my friend, a stylist, whose name is skipping me right now. Oh, my friend Daryl Brown called me and said, "Yo, your boy's on the radio blasting you." And first I went, "Who?" And he was like, 50 Cent. I was like, "Curtis?" He's like, "Yeah, I was telling everybody you guys broke up." And I was like, "We did?" Huh? So he never personally said, "It's a wrap."
On the radio.
Yeah, but he went on, and you know, that was his way. That was his way. When I look back at it now.
He just disappeared like a magician, leaving her completely shattered. And if that wasn't bad enough, he ran his mouth. Instead of keeping it classy, he started spilling all their business. And get this, he had the nerve to claim she was using him for clout.
Dumped her. Be honest.
Okay, I ain't calling no more.
Oh, really?
I have to stop calling.
Really?
Well, what happened?
She told you to stop calling?
Nah, I stopped calling. I feel like her people was taking advantage of the situation as far as her publicist was concerned.
They were using you for publicity.
Good for you.
Nah, they couldn't have been using me for publicity because then, you know.
In a way, you're the hottest thing out there.
Yeah, but in the then we wouldn't have been together intimately.
But at the end of the day go in, and they just couldn't handle all the publicity and the attention that their relationship was getting.
The main thing that what killed the relationship was that we just went way too public, way too fast.
It was like a huge learning lesson for me. You know, it was the first time that I went public with the relationship that I should have maybe taken the time to get to know him. With 50 Cent? Yes, Curtis.
But Vivica wasn't about to let 50 Cent run her name through the mud without a fight. She has zero time for his nonsense and was not about to let him score cheap points by making her look like some clout chaser. So what did she do? She clapped back, and she clapped back hard. She wasn't about to sit quietly while he spread lies. No, ma'am. She made it crystal clear that she was never using him for publicity, and she wasn't letting him tarnish her name just to boost his own. If he thought he could play with her, he had another thing coming.
The relationship didn't work out, but the press lasted a lot longer than the relationship did. So, I mean,
Why do you think the press does that? Why do they like vilify the woman? Because when I read that stuff, I was like, it's so ridiculous.
No, it wasn't the press. It was him.
Oh,
No, it was him. He was like, she's exploiting me. She's trying to use me for, you know, to get publicity, and which was so not true. I was about to be in a film with, you know, Oscar-winning actors, and I've been acting for years. But, you know, I just considered that ghetto love. That was his way of dealing with the breakup.
Even though 50 was the one who broke up with Vivica, he was still petty after the breakup. He even dissed her in songs like in Get in My Car, where he said, "My game F with a B brain till she thinks she wifey. Spend her life savings in a day cause she likes me, commitment from me? Nah, not likely. Went out with Vivica, I thought I was onto something, but then next week, nah man, it was nothing." He made it seem like he wasn't even committed to Vivica, making her look bad in front of the world. Vivica was badly hurt by the song, and she described it as heartbreaking and humiliating.
That his people got in touch with my people, and next thing I know, we were on the phone. And my birthday was coming up, and he's such a gentleman. He's very generous. I know him as Curtis, always will. And the 50 Cent, you know, those are his performing thing and who he is as a man. So I met Kurt.
Like the professional troll that 50 is, he tried to come for her career as well, shading her when she was on Empire. In an interview, he blamed the show's decline on what he called too much gay stuff. He said, "There are 3 million less viewers who tuned in to last night's Empire episode. We could not take the extra gay stuff or celebrity stuff last night." He got dragged for filth over this, and he defended himself, saying, "It must be a slow news week. They're going to say 50 said Empire lost 3 million viewers because of too much gayish. He only said cookie call me, but the kid is going to F up the show. Now everyone is waiting for power." But Vivica was not about to let that slide, so she clapped back, exposing his secrets, hinting that he had something going on with Soulja Boy behind the scenes.
What were your thoughts when 50 Cent blamed the second season ratings dip on gay stuff?
First of all, you know, the pot calling the kettle black is all I'm saying.
Ooh, pot calling the kettle black. Huh.
Whoa. That was some tea. That was shade. That was major shade.
Pot calling the kettle black. So, I mean, you're not insinuating that
he's
50
gay?
Cent is...
Oh my Lord, please. What? Girl, we gotta talk after this episode is over.
Wait, Vivica Fox, what are you insinuating?
Well, I mean,
he gave you...
No, he's not. I mean, we had a great time. I mean, but he's just seems like he's got something that's not quite clear. So
you mean sometimes if people protest too much about something,
yes,
the fire is happening right there in front of them.
Absolutely. I just never forget there was a Vibe cover with him and Soulja Boy that made me kind of go,
50 Cent clapped back at her hard, saying, "Oh no, now she thinks I'm gay because I let her lick my A-ah. Wait, I didn't want her to. She forced me, and my hands were tied." 50 Shades of Grey. Vivica continued the fight, posting a never-before-seen photo of 50 wearing makeup with the caption, "Tell you what, 50 Cent, since you keep telling my lie, I challenge you to let's both go on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live, and we could put this to rest. That never happened. And you know it, queen. We could go on about these two and their history of coming for each other, but y'all get the gist. Vivica can be messy, but when it comes to 50 Cent, he's always throwing jabs first, coming for her like he's doing now about her booty. Y'all know how 50 Cent's immaturity caused the breakup because he wanted to be known as a tough guy. According to Vivica, he's doing the same thing again. At first, he said her body looked good, and he even hinted that he might be down for something. But the moment people started talking about how he's got the hots for her still, he suddenly did an about face, posting that weird video to get her clowned on social media. But according to an insider, Vivica is done playing 50's games and is warning him to keep her name out of his mouth, or else. She's one of those few people who can go head-to-head with 50, and she still has some dirt on him that she's been sitting on, allegedly. So he might want to watch his mouth because he clearly doesn't want smoke with BBL Vivi. The saga continues. 2 decades later, and these exes are still obsessed with each other. Is 50 secretly still in love or just being petty? And what's the secret dirt Vivica's threatening to expose? Drop your thoughts below and hit that subscribe button for more Celeb Tea.